cool. Like, first off.
Man, we just talked about how we could be sisters, so it's a compliment in reverse.
Yeah, we kind of look like we could be sisters from other misters.
For sure.
Do you have any siblings?
I have a lot of siblings, actually, yes. I have a 12-year-old brother, 13-year-old brother, 14-year-old brother, and a 16-year-old sister, and then an older sister as well.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes. So I'm surrounded by younger individuals.
Big family.
Yes, exactly. I don't live with them all, so
No.
it's okay. I get to just get them in doses.
Yeah. That's too awesome. So let's just first off start. We're here broadcasting from Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. And this is Coffee Talk with Paige and my special guest, Ashlyn Merriman. So, are you from Lethbridge, born and raised?
Yes, ma'am.
Nice.
Never left, never moved away, still here.
Nice, okay. So you've never lived outside of Lethbridge?
I've never lived outside of Lethbridge, but I've traveled lots.
Yes.
So I feel like if you're home from here, it's kind of a nice place to have as your home base, as long as you get to see the world elsewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I agree. I totally agree. So many people tell me that I need to live other places to fulfill my dreams, but I love how personable everybody is. Like, the community of Lethbridge, it's
a big
nice.
city with like
I
a
like
small
it.
town feel.
Exactly.
Right? So like I come home and I feel like this is home, but I'm always okay with shying away from Lethbridge a little bit and going exploring elsewhere as long as I always come back.
Yeah,
So,
sweet.
yeah.
What's your favorite place to visit, would you say?
Well, between my transition from college to university, I backpacked Thailand for 6 weeks. And that was amazing. Yeah, it's beautiful there. And then my fiance and I actually just came back from Peru. So we hiked Machu Picchu,
really?
and we were in the Amazon rainforest, and we saw some really cool stuff. So that was amazing too.
That would be so
Yeah.
amazing.
So-
And I love being in the mountains. Do you obviously
Yes, I
like to
do.
hike
Yes.
a lot? And do you get to go to Waterton often? Or?
I have more. Like, my fiance is a little bit more of an outdoorsy person. So he's like, hey, let's go hiking. And I'm like, I want to be in the gym. And he's like, no, let's go do stuff outside. So it's a good balance.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That would be fun. That's awesome. And do you have plans for your wedding coming up? That's
Oh my gosh, as if we have to talk about this. I'm so nervous
No,
because
I'm sorry.
I always we went to Peru, and now we're doing renovations on our office space. We bought a house last week, so we're like, oh my gosh, when are we going to get married? But it's going to happen next June.
Oh, nice.
So we haven't decided if it's going to be in Lethbridge or not, but it's going to be next June.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Well, that's fun. I think destination weddings are sweet.
Yes.
But they can get expensive too.
For sure.
I mean, any
And
wedding.
I
Any
want
wedding.
my grandparents
wedding
there.
planning.
Like, I want my grandparents there, and they don't fly. So if I want my grandparents there, it has to be here.
Nice.
Yeah. Then honeymoon can be elsewhere.
That's so fun. Let's just tell some of our viewers a little bit about what you do.
All right.
So you own Perfect Fit for You.
Yes.
And that is,
Like this.
yeah. So she has her own company, Perfect Fit for You, which is
Yes.
pretty amazing.
Thank you.
For quite an accomplishment.
Thank
I mean,
you.
That's so awesome. And yeah, please do.
I do massage.
And, yeah, awesome, thanks. So that's awesome. So you do nutritional coaching,
Yes.
as well as personal training.
Yes. I'm not a personal trainer. We have personal trainers that train individuals, but I do all the coaching.
Oh, awesome.
We have other nutritionists too, but for the most part, I would say I'm the head of the nutrition department.
Nice.
Yeah.
And has it always been a passion for you, like since you were young?
I'd say health and fitness have been, maybe not necessarily food, but science was.
Nice.
So I didn't have the intention of going to university to come out owning my own business. Like, I never had the entrepreneurial spirit or like the business mindset. I was more like, I love science, I love learning, I want to be in the lab, I want to be, like, I thought I was going to be a professional student. So initially my goal was to either get a PhD or go to pharmacy school. So I had done all my prereqs for pharmacy school and then ended up getting a chemistry degree at the university and then deciding, like, I love food science. And that kind of led me into the path of doing nutrition,
Nice.
which I'm super happy it did because I love it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good. I think that with me, because I always craved healthy and good foods
Yes.
normally, because that was my diet, I think that's why I've stayed in pretty good shape over the years.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely have my cheats, and I'll get like chocolate bars and chips. And
As you should,
they're the
right?
worst.
Yeah.
They're the worst. But do you have any like guilty pleasures or little
Oh my gosh,
cheat
yes.
days? That,
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Okay, hey, we are back live.
Part 2. Sorry
two.
to my Facebook. We only got you guys on this one part.
And we're on jessfm.ca. If you want to tune in for this coffee hour talk, we're on the second part now. And I'm sitting here with my guest, Ashlyn Merriman.
Hello, everybody.
Sweet. Anyway, today is kind of a nice day out.
Finally.
Compared to the weather we had.
Yes, I know. It's getting slushy, though.
It was like minus 26.
Yeah, with wind chill. And in Lethbridge, there's always wind chill.
It was freezing.
Yes, I agree. I'm not a winter fan.
I always said that in the winter, though, like, this was my positive, like, twist on the whole weather here is it was like a workout for me.
Yeah.
To, like, scrub off all the, like, the windshield and you're, like, shivering and it's...
You lose a lot of calories when you shiver?
No, I'm not even kidding. Like,
You
I
do?
think that's why I have abs, because I don't do enough work at a gym. It's from the cold.
Well, that's alright.
It definitely
It's a good
helps.
place for you to live, then.
It definitely helps living in Lethbridge because you're going to shiver your ass off.
For sure. I did cryotherapy last week.
Oh, yeah.
So you actually go there to get cold. And
So
I kind of had a euphoric feeling when it was over, though. I was like, wow, like all the warmth kind of comes back to your core. And supposedly in 3 minutes, I burned 800 calories. Supposedly. I don't know if that's
really
true.
Cool.
So
I
they told
believe
me.
it. I actually I tried this before at my home. It's when you have a shower, you're supposed to turn it from hot to cold and back and forth, and alternating between the temperatures actually is therapeutic.
Oh, wow.
So I tried that myself. It was
cold?
Interesting. No, it was.
She has different
cool,
workout
right?
secrets for you guys. You might like her workout secrets better than
No,
mine.
I don't know. That
Cryotherapy?
cryotherapy. That's crazy. So where can you go and get that done at?
Nowhere in Lethbridge that I know of. I went to Bronze Backs on 4th Street in Calgary.
Oh,
So I paid $70 to freeze my ass off for 3 minutes.
minutes?
Yeah, it was 3 minutes, but it was minus 186 degrees.
Oh, crazy.
I know, and I could just see it dropping, and I'm like, And I asked the lady, I'm like, how much left? She's like, only 120 seconds. So in my head, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, that's only I'm only a third of the way done this.
It was
so,
like the longest 3 minutes of your life.
It was.
That's almost like jumping in, like smashing in the ice and jumping in the water.
That's exactly
and,
what it's like.
being in the cold.
Yes. And I'm like, they said this was good for me, so I just made it through.
Oh, nice.
And I'm alive!
And they said that you lost 800
Well,
calories?
that's supposedly what happens, but
Crazy.
as a fitness professional, I don't know if everybody would always lose 800 calories, right? Obviously, depending on what your body type's like, would depend on how much you lose, but...
It's almost like those seaweed body wraps.
Yeah.
It, like, takes off inches, but every time you do it, it's different.
Yeah, it's something different for everyone, for sure.
Cool. Yeah, that would be quite interesting. I also saw a link to, like, a hotel you like to go to on your
Sparkling
Facebook.
Hills. Yeah, oh my gosh, my favorite place.
That looks so
Yes,
fun. That
man,
would
it's
be really
beautiful
nice.
there. If anyone gets the opportunity to go, it's in Vernon, like right by Kelowna. Amazing. Like honestly, right on the Okanagan, everything's glass, like pristine, beautiful place.
Cool.
Yeah.
That would be really nice.
You have to save up though. It's not cheap.
No, but I mean, it was reasonable because even when you go to Calgary, the hotels, they're not cheap if you want a suite or something nice and upper class. So I thought it was reasonable if you want to save up and go as a little honeymoon getaway.
Yes.
Or,
I also went with my sister for her bachelorette. I took her there, and it was phenomenal for like a girls' weekend. And then I went when I got back. I'm like, Robbie, we have to go. So then Robbie and I went for like a romantic weekend, and it was equally as good.
So fun. Yeah, that would be so awesome. Now I noticed when you did your live video last that you have really nice white teeth.
Oh, thanks.
Do you have any secrets or anything that you've been doing for us coffee lovers out there? Because that's one thing with coffee is it stains your teeth.
It does.
So
That's so funny that you asked that because I drink probably like 3 coffees a day.
nice.
And I don't do anything specific for my teeth. I really don't.
Just take care of them.
I do, like, I brush in the morning and I brush before bed, and that's what it is. Yeah, no fancy toothpaste, no fancy toothbrush.
I
That's what
almost
it is.
feel like it's like haters of coffee's way of like justifying why they don't drink it.
Yes.
I
No
don't want my
excuses.
teeth to be bad.
You can have white tea and drink coffee. It's the best of both worlds.
Have you ever tried that oil shucking? I've been doing that
With like
lately.
coconut oil?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I've never.
I just started trying that out, and I find that it does pretty decent.
Yeah?
But for just a natural whitening, like, I think if you can make time to do the oil shucking, like, every couple days, or even every day, because, like you, I drink, like, 4 cups of coffee a day, you know?
We're running on coffee pretty much.
I actually think it's really good for you.
Yeah.
I think it's really good for your health.
Good for you if you're working out to have a little bit of caffeine in your system, for sure.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, I've read that it goes hand in hand because coffee will actually break down those fat cells and kind of make
Any excuse to have coffee, I'm okay with that.
And have you always liked coffee?
When I became a student, yes. As soon as I went to university and the course load was increased, and then they opened a Tim Hortons at the uni, and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, yeah. And then I started drinking coffee to keep myself awake during classes, and like, I think that's with most students. Once you get a bunch of stuff thrown at you at once, you're like, how the heck am I going to manage this all? I need to start drinking coffee, I need to go to the library. So that was life for about 5 years.
Oh yeah. I find that, you know, I love coffee, and I just started probably around 22 years old.
Yes.
So, you know, 7 years of coffee drinking, but over the years it's kind of increased, and I love coffee. Like, I look forward to it. I actually think that it's one of those addictions that is a positive addiction, that it actually you can benefit from drinking it.
Maybe it,
like I
like,
said, with
unless you're
fitness,
filling it with crap. Right? Like, if every coffee is cream and sugar,
Oh, yeah.
probably not a good addiction. But, like, black coffee, like, you like,
yeah.
have at her.
I kind of felt like for my health it would be
Yes,
better for
it
me.
is.
So
For sure.
I like to just do those little things. And you know, if you can't handle it, like now I cannot drink coffee with cream and sugar.
No.
I can't drink
too sweet.
anything. It's too sweet. And I mean, it's okay for the occasional, like if somebody happened to get me a double, you know, but to me it's like, it's not as good to me because I actually enjoy tasting the coffee.
I do too.
Yeah.
I drink Americanos.
Oh,
Like straight
cool.
espresso.
Oh,
Love
really?
it. Yeah, I'll
Oh,
drink
yeah,
it for sure.
me too. I like the darker the coffee, the better. And
But you know, the darker the bean, the less caffeine.
Oh, really?
I know. I didn't know that until recently.
I didn't.
It's
really
not just
know
for the
that.
caffeine benefits that you drink coffee,
That's
right?
good
Because
to
you
know.
actually like the taste. But
I'm glad you told us.
There you go,
You
guys.
always learn something every day, right? And that's what's great about having different guests and
Absolutely.
you know, sharing each other, you know, the knowledge and the tips that we have. So
Yeah.
that's good to know. I don't really mind not having as much caffeine. Like, I could never drink decaf, to be
Yes.
honest, but
what are
whatever.
you doing? Decaffeinating coffee.
Right.
It's like a sin.
What is this? What the heck is going on?
It's so true.
Well, that's sweet. That's sweet. So how long? This is going back a little bit to
Yes.
when you started for getting into your business.
Okay.
Perfect fit for you. And this is Ashlyn Merriman. And so, how long have you guys been in business for?
Well, I started operating Perfect Fit for You out of my home. So I had a home office while I was in my last year of university. So it was kind of a side job. Then I was working for the government at the research station for Agriculture Canada. So I was working for them for a year. And then during that time, my nutrition clientele base started taking over more of my time than my full-time job. So at that point I decided, okay, I'm going to do, yes. And then my fiance, he played pro hockey in the States, and he moved home. And when he moved home, he's like, what are you doing having a home office? Like, step it up. You know, you have a good client base. You don't need to be walking people through the house. Like, buy an office and start from there. So, yeah, 2 years ago, we purchased a commercial building over on the north side. And then just last year, we actually expanded the building and built a gym. And then we're actually in the process right now of building 2 extra office spaces. And, yeah, so things are growing. It's awesome. Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that, because I
Thank you.
had no idea that you started the gym now.
Yes,
like
yes.
You have your own gym, so that is
It's my
wonderful.
theory, or not a theory, but my motto is think big, dream big, start small.
Mm-hmm.
So taking those small steps, like, okay, I'm moving from my house to the building. I'm moving from my building now to the gym. I'm moving from my gym to extra office spaces. And doing it in small incremental steps so that you don't, because I know a lot of businesses jump in and put everything into one thing, right? And sometimes that's scary. I'm not that type of person. I'm a safety person, which is hard being an entrepreneur and being safe with things, but that's just the way I like to do it.
I think that all good things take time.
Yes.
For building, and if it's easy or if it comes to you easy, yeah, sometimes people get that lucky winning ticket or whatever, or like karma, you know, like good things fall into your lap, but then it's like, okay, where do I go from here, you know? So like, if anything is easy, it's not really worth it. I don't
know. The struggles make the triumph so much better.
Oh, for sure.
And that's why I tell people nutrition too.
Right?
I'm like, if you're having a hard day, like that's part of the process. You have to have those crap days to appreciate the good ones.
I've been on a big Turk addiction lately. Like, every time I go to the grocery store, I'll go to Shoppers Drug
Like the chocolate bars you're talking about. Okay.
Turk, like they're these it's like a candy covered in chocolate.
Oh, I know what it is.
So that's my little cheat.
Yeah, that's okay.
I don't know.
I'm like a dark chocolate person.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I did a chocolate making class, and it was a whole day long. We learned like the history of chocolate and how they make it, and it was honestly one of the highlights of my trip in Peru was learning how to make chocolate, and now I appreciate it more. They said it was the second healthiest food in the world, chocolate.
Oh, really?
If it's right, but it has to be real chocolate. Yeah, which supposedly only has 3 ingredients.
Yeah.
So if
Which
your
makes
chocolate
sense.
bar has an ingredient list this long, it's not real chocolate.
No.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I couldn't imagine being in Peru and seeing the difference between civilization and like the culture and stuff like that.
That's why you travel though.
Oh yeah.
So you gotta see something different. I wouldn't like it to show up there and be like this.
Yeah.
So
I wonder what people think when they come here.
Right? When I travel and I come home, I try to look at our environment in the perspective of a visitor. And when you do that, though, you appreciate where you live a little bit more. Like when you're driving down the West Side Hill, take it in and be like, wow, if I was a visitor in this city, look how beautiful these coulees are. Look how neat it is that the university's integrated into the coulees. Look at the...
It is cool.
Right? Like all those things. And when you grow up in an environment, sometimes you just become accustomed to it and you stop appreciating how beautiful it is. But we live in a very beautiful city.
I like that.
Yeah.
I do. I agree.
Thanks.
Even the monuments and like the train bridge.
Yeah.
Like, I think I live in a perfect city for my son.
Yes. Yeah.
Because he is obsessed with trains.
There you
We have
go.
the biggest train bridge
For
in our
sure.
city here, so it is really neat.
Yeah.
I love your attitude, how
Thanks,
positive you are.
Thank you.
I think more people need to see it that way. Like it is really hard to go through your day and be like, ugh. Like it's the weather outside, you know, like or it's so cold, I'm in a hermit. And, I mean, it's great.
It's hard not to. It's hard not to in the winter time. Like it's cold, it's dark, and so naturally people want to hibernate. They want to stay at home, but that's why we have like seasonal affect disorder and why people struggle with depression and people struggle with anxiety in the winter time in our environment because it is dark and cold.
Mm-hmm.
So push yourself out of that element. Go out, meet new people, you know, like sign up for a fitness class, do something to get you out of the house.
Yeah, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be out of the house, I don't think.
True.
Because you could more see it as a positive time to meditate or do some stretching.
Self-care.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Back to that self-care time. So that's what I more see it as, is I'm like, okay, well, it is freezing outside. Yeah, I'm not going to go outside and like go for a walk or anything.
Yes. No, thank you.
And the pain of scratching my car off, you know, in the mornings, but in a way, positively, like that's a workout. So
like, I'm so happy I have a car. I'm so happy that I'm not someone who doesn't have a vehicle right now because
great.
putting a positive twist on it.
Yes, if you don't have a car, so some people, you know, they prefer walking or biking.
Well, I've seen some people biking through the snow, and I'm like, okay, man, you might just have to walk today.
I saw somebody with like shorts on and like sandals and just like walking like.
No, they're positive. They're like wishful thinking. It's gonna get warm
let's talk a little bit about Lady Gaga. There was some body shamers just recently about her, which
I don't even know how you can shame that, but they're so awesome.
She's so awesome, and I liked how she was with all the people and the fans,
Yeah.
and like it didn't seem like she had that arrogance about her
No.
that she was better than anybody, because I think that a lot of us, we can feel that, or not a lot of us, but a lot of people will start to have that kind of, well, I'm going to yell at this person because I'm more important. Or
Yeah.
they kind of have
I'm doing the halftime for the Super Bowl. I can do whatever I want.
entitlement, you know, of like being more important than any other people out there. So I thought that she was awesome.
Yeah.
In how she responded to everybody. And
Absolutely. And honestly, there's not much bad that you can say about that, like the performance in general. And aesthetically, like I don't know how someone could pick apart someone aesthetically like that, because she actually looked phenomenal. And like, oh my gosh, she had a little bit of fat on her stomach. Let's be honest, we all do, right? And so it's very easy to hide that, to move in a certain way, to take a photo, to contrast, to contour, right? There's so many ways, and like we both know that, right? Like we both have been airbrushed and photoshopped, and like, well, I have. Right? And I look at pictures of myself sometimes and I'm like, I don't look like that. But that's okay. Like,
or my skin's not that perfect, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I think we definitely all do have that. And have you ever struggled with people that have body shamed? I mean, you have a beautiful body.
So
like,
you.
You don't, but I mean, there's still, like, I swear, the most beautiful people and bodies and stuff like that. It's almost like some people just do not see that beauty.
It just depends, like, what people, they think looks great, right? Like, for me, I love muscles on women. Yeah. I love that look. Like, I love that, like, strong, I don't care what I weigh. Yeah. You know, if I weigh 200 pounds or I weigh 110 pounds, I don't care as long as I look fit and healthy.
Yeah.
I've been told, like, oh, you look like a man, oh, your shoulders are big, you know, like, but that's just their opinion, and that's okay with me, right? If someone says that to me, I'm like, then I'm doing my job, because I want to look, you know, muscular. I don't want to look huge, but I'm never going to. It's not in my genetics to be a huge weightlifting, like, power lifter type person. Mm-hmm. So I can train as hard as I want and just let my physique take its shape.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And you have a great physique. Like,
Thank you.
I couldn't imagine anybody like body shaming you.
But it happens, right? It's just what it is.
Like, any type of size, shape, like I find that whether you're fit or whether you're too skinny or too heavy, or people have their opinions, you know, like even with the Miss Universe contest that just went on, I know the girl that competed for Canada. I was her roommate once at an event that we were at, and she's such a wonderful person, and people were body shaming her about being overweight, and it's like, she is not overweight, just because she was a little bit more a different shape than some of the other women. Like, I still found her body as one of the most beautiful out of all of them.
And it's what looks good on her, right? Because not everybody, you can come in and say, hey, I actually want to look like you, and you want to look like me. Well, it's just not going to happen. You just got to look the best you can for you.
Oh,
and
for sure.
That's where our business came from, right? Like, perfect fit for you. And so initially my business name was Perfect Fit.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, no, because what's perfect fit for you and for me and for, it's different for everyone. So it has to be the perfect fit for you and your lifestyle.
I love that.
Thanks.
I love your name.
Thank you.
Perfect. Perfect fit for you.
Perfect fit for you, because that's what it's all about, right? Like, every single person has a different lifestyle, different priorities, different values, different amount of time that they can devote to the gym. If you join my program, you don't got to work out 5 days a week. You know, you don't got to work out at all if you don't want to. You want to go to yoga, or you want to go to spin class, or you want to go to the dog park. Like, my gosh, you can do whatever the heck you want. But it has to be the perfect fit for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that everybody also has their weak areas too that are different.
Absolutely.
So it definitely is about figuring out yourself and what works for you, and, you know, being the best that you can be.
Yes. The best you that you can be. Yeah. And not trying to look at other people and saying, like, I get that there's motivation out there and there's inspiration out there, but you still have to take that motivation and apply it within yourself to still be the best version of yourself. You're not going to be anybody else.
Yeah.
You know? So, got to be the best for you.
I do remember once you posted a long time ago, it was like a couple of years ago, and it was about, you know, you did a procedure. You did a procedure, and you regretted it. Like, you took it back, kind of thing.
You guys want me to fill you in what she's talking about?
I just didn't. I wasn't sure how to
So 2 years ago, I had a breast augmentation, thinking that it would make my physique look better, which, in all honesty, I didn't think it did. I thought it would. So I had a breast augmentation for 11 months, and then I had them taken out and removed. And honestly, I'm still very, very happy with my decision. I really am.
Yeah, I'm happy for your decision too. And I remember following that because, because I went to aesthetic school, we did learn about like Botox and different procedures you can do. But my experience was kind of negative as well.
Was it?
I volunteered to get permanent tattoo eyeliner.
Oh, okay.
And unfortunately, the girl that did it, I'm sure it's different now and stuff like that, but she did wings, but they were too low.
Okay.
And I've struggled with it.
So it's always on there
a
forever.
long time. Yeah.
Wow.
And it's that kind of thing where it's like, I would have rather had just my natural beauty and just been content with what I had.
But sometimes you don't realize that until you take that step, and that was what it was for me. I'm like, wow, what a waste of money. Because honestly, it's not cheap, right?
No.
Like, I could have put a down deposit on a house. And instead, I had boobs for 11 months, and that's it. I have nothing to show for it anymore. And I'm lucky that I came to that realization. I used to go to the beach, or if I was in Mexico with my boyfriend, or like whatever, and I used to see other girls like, oh, I like that look, I want to look like that. And then as soon as I had it, I realized, like, I'm not functional anymore. My job is to lift weights. My job is to run fast. My job is to, be fit. And unfortunately, I couldn't do the things I could do before. So like push-ups, non-existent. Lat pull-downs, non-existent. Rows, non-existent. And so my time and my passion were totally taken away from me. So yeah, it was the right decision. I'm still happy with it. It's almost been a year now. So
that's so awesome. And I think so many women feel like they have to change their bodies to be happy with what they look like.
Yeah.
And really, it's almost hard because a lot of beauty can be lost because of those procedures. Sometimes it's nice to just see a natural body, and the hard work and like what was, God-given or whatever belief or whatever, you know what I mean? But your genetics, like what you're born with and stuff like that. However, I do see some women who, because it doesn't make them very happy, like they're just really not happy. Maybe they had given childbirth and things went wrong. So I do agree that sometimes in certain cases it is.
I don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's wrong at all. I promote people doing whatever you want to do to feel the best about yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately for me, I thought that's what I needed. And it turned out it wasn't. But if I decided today that I wanted them again and that's what would make me happy, then my gosh, I would go do it.
Yeah. Right. Same with my permanent makeup, like I think in a way it could be good in some cases. Maybe if you had something happen or an accident or something like that. Like I totally understand how permanent makeup and eyebrows too. Like, that would be nice.
I really wanted microblading. I really did. Yes.
Yeah. So
I haven't, but I want it.
That's cool. Sweet.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
It's true. So we're gonna play a quick game because our hour is up. So
wow, that was fast.
Yeah, isn't that insane how fast it goes?
Okay, what's this game?
So this is my stack of random topics. So just throughout the last month or so, I've just been putting randomness in here.
Okay.
So and then we'll see what your opinion is.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
I know, I'm nervous.
Could be something we already talked about.
Oh, I think I got to. Okay, guys. My topic is hunting and fishing.
Ooh, fun.
Okay, my opinion on hunting and fishing. I think it's a great activity for people who love wildlife and love being outside, but it's not for me. Right? Like, I think it's fantastic. My stepdad and my brother both hunt. A lot of my clients, boyfriends and significant others, hunt, and then they have wild meat. Okay. And like, I kind of wish I did because it's super lean, it's good for you, and it's free.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, probably not free by the time you pay for it to be processed, but they have freezers full of stuff where I'm spending like $14 a week on chicken breast. Yeah. So it would be nice. Fishing, I went and fished piranha in Peru. I didn't catch anything. Robbie did, but yeah, we fished them. I didn't get anything, but they kept stealing my bait because they're freaking fast.
Oh, really?
Piranha are very fast, yes, and then we ate them after. So it was
cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely have some some hunters and fishers in my
Do
family
you?
as well. I was like raised on deer meat.
It's good for you.
Game meat. So
Yeah.
I think a lot of what my health, like I'm thankful for that.
For sure.
Some people don't like hunting and fishing, but I think, you know, like you said, you're gonna buy chicken in the store or
Yeah.
beef or whatever, unless you choose to be a vegan or whatever. But
Yes. And we work with those people too. Just I like animal protein sources for myself.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This has
Thank
been
you.
a really good
And the
hour.
coffee was bomb.
Oh yeah, the coffee. The coffee is from Mac's gas station actually.
Ooh.
No, they have an awesome coffee
Yeah, it's
machine
good.
where it actually, you see they have the beans and it grinds
Nice.
it fresh every time.
Cool.
So I love,
Yeah, it tastes really
I
good.
always grind my own beans at home, and so it is nice to have fresh ground coffee.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cheers.
So I'm glad you like it. Thank you so much, Ashley.
Awesome. Thank you
It's
for having
been so
me.
fun being able to chat, and thanks everybody also for tuning in. It's been such a great Thursday, February 9th.
Woo.
Just want to give a shout out, birthday shout out to my little baby brother, Tyson Hudson.
Nice.
His birthday's tomorrow, February 10th, and then my son's birthday is the 11th.
Wow.
So it's
Nice.
gonna
Well,
be
happy
a
birthday,
big
guys.
Weekend. Yes. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in.
Thank
and
you.
We'll see you next week on